So that might be a hot take, but that is genuinely how I feel about it. Editing that particular vlog was a pain in my ass. To be completely honest, that was probably one of the highlights. So after watching a few vlogs with my husband, there was like a couple of places that I wanted to check out in a city that was adjacent to Yebisu called Nakameguro. We decided to take a taxi to Yebisu, and of course, we start off our day with the most nutritious breakfast, which was Shake Shack for probably the fifth time this trip. And then we decided, okay, you know what? We had burgers in the morning. We can go ahead and walk to Nakameguro because number one, for the steps, and then of course number two, it was only about like a 25-minute, 30-minute walk from Yebisu station to Nakameguro. Now, going to Nakameguro was my idea because I wanted to check out like a coffee shop, and then of course there was a Traveler's Notebook factory store in this area. This is not the flagship store for Traveler's Factory, but it was a store nonetheless. And this wasn't something that my husband was dying to go to, but I just figured that if we were in the area, we might as well just check it out. So pretty much did that small little walk to and from Yebisu, and it was only like maybe a little after 1 o'clock. It was still fairly early in the day, and I had no idea what to do next. And so I kind of punted it over to my husband to kind of try to figure out a place that we could go to so we don't waste the day in a sense. I mean, I'm sure we could have just figured out other stuff to do, but at this part of the trip, we kind of exhausted going to our normal spots like Shibuya, Harajuku, Ikebukuro. So we were kind of running out of ideas at this point. So we went back to Yebisu. We decided to get some ice cream, and I don't think I have a lot of shots of it because there really was no reason to take a lot of shots of the ice cream, but that was probably like the smallest ice cream serving size that I've ever gotten in my life. It was so tiny, but I don't know, it hit the spot, so I guess it was okay. Anyway, so we went to get some ice cream, and then we sat in front of a store and tried to decide where to go to next. My husband then Googles a bunch of areas, and then he's like, well, what about Odaiba? And I kind of was, well, I'm lying. I wasn't familiar with Odaiba at the time he brought it up, but I knew that Odaiba was quite far away from where we were and from quite far away from most of the areas that we normally go to in Tokyo. So I just told him, like, it's probably going to be like an hour to get there. Taxi might be a little bit pricey. Not saying that that was like an issue, but just as a heads up type of thing. So there was nothing else to do. So I said, okay, let's just go. So we take a taxi and we take the freeway because, again, it's quite far away from the main area of Tokyo, and obviously it's by, well, I shouldn't say obviously because you wouldn't know that it's by the bay or just the ocean in general unless you've seen pictures of Odaiba, but it's by the ocean. So the drive there was nice. In fact, actually, the weather was beautiful. Sky was clear, and it was so nice seeing the ocean and the water as we were driving on the freeway. It was really pretty. Then we finally get there and we get dropped off in front of a convenience store at a Lawson. We pick up some snacks and then we head off to the park. So this area is called Odaiba Kaihin Koen. I don't really know the exact translation for it, but I'm sure I'll put it on the screen when I do find out what the translation is. Anyway, so I got the Lawson Famichiki. I've seen this so many times on TikToks and Instagram, how people are like, you have to get this Famichiki. And lucky for me, they had a spicy Famichiki. And I don't think I've ever had this before, but all I'm gonna say is, number one, it was delicious. Number two, it was actually a little bit spicy, and I love spicy, but it had like a small kick to it, which I really loved. And then number three, it was, okay, so this is probably not the best part about it, but it was a little bit oily, like pretty oily actually. And I mean, would I get it again? 100% I would get it again. But just letting you folks know, if you're ever interested in getting this Famichiki thing, it can be a little bit oily. Anyway, we pick up our snacks, we go over to the park, and it is just absolutely beautiful. Again, I think it just helped that the weather was so nice and clear. It was cold. We were wearing like our coats and down jackets, but we weren't sweating. It was just that type of weather, and that's the type of climate that my husband and I absolutely thrive in, by the way. Another thing that we did notice when we were at the park was that it was kind of empty. And we weren't sure why that was. I think at the time that we went, it was definitely a weekday, but not sure if it was like still during school time or school hours. So it was super nice to just kind of feel like we had the place to ourselves. We just really took our time, walked around, tried to get some really cool shots as usual for the vlog. Like, I think this was a day where my husband just started to become incredibly unhinged and was just rage baiting me most of the day, especially when we were in Odaiba. It was so much fun and it was funny. But at this point, I think I was like, okay, you want me to wild out in some of these clips? Well, I will give you that. I will wild out. And so I think a lot of it is definitely captured in vlog 2 of this Japan trip, and I'm going to try to not include a lot of that in this particular core memory episode, just because I would much rather you folks watch the vlog than me having to like rehash all of that. And it's just, I don't think it's as funny if I'm retelling it and you're seeing and hearing it again. It's a little repetitive in my opinion. And then number 2, to be completely honest, I don't want to have to like re-edit all of that again, because I'm not gonna lie, editing that particular vlog was a pain in my ass. And I'm not saying that I didn't enjoy every moment of it. I did. I love this hobby of content creation, being able to put out these fun and memorable videos for you folks. I mean, obviously this is more for myself and my husband and our family, but I'm gonna link the vlog somewhere in this video and you guys can go watch it at another time. But yeah, we walked the entire park. We came across a few malls that were pretty adjacent to where we were. We checked out one of them that was nearby, and it was okay. We got some things. We were able to sit down, relax a little bit, and then we're like, well, I guess we can just keep going. We didn't know where we were going, but we're like, well, we have all day and all night, so we can do whatever we want. And we had the next few days still in Japan, so we were just really taking our time. And I think that was probably one of the highlights, if not one of the bigger highlights of the trip overall, was just like really taking our time every single day, having slow mornings, getting to do whatever we wanted, and really like taking a vacation from life. It was so nice. Overall, like being in this area with my husband was just so relaxing. Even though he was rage baiting me the whole time, it just felt like we were kids. Like we were just like doing whatever we wanted and saying whatever we wanted and not having a real care in the world. We ended up walking some more and we eventually came across one of the major malls in that area in Odaiba called Diverse City, I believe. And that is a pretty well-known mall, and it had really good stores in there. I mean, the usual stuff like Uniqlo and GU and Pop Mart. And then they also had a bunch of other stores that, I don't know, just sold really random things. They also had like a Don Quixote. And honestly, I gotta tell you, I hate Don Quixote. I think Don Quixote is like the worst store in Japan. I know so many people love it, but it's just so overstimulating and just so in your face. And honestly, I can get the same things from like a convenience store that is way less loud in your face and obnoxious. I really think Don Quixote is obnoxious. That might be a hot take, but that is genuinely how I feel about it. So we walked the mall, probably spent like a couple of hours there, and then by that time we were just so tired, so we just wanted to go back home. Not home. See what I did there? Not go back home, go back to the hotel and just relax for the rest of the day or rest of the night. Well, I think that kind of wraps everything up for this core memory episode. Thank you so much for watching, and as usual, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Thank you so much again, Cozy Traveler, and I will see you in the next one.